Tonight on Oswego Now, SUNY Chancellor John B. King visits SUNY Oswego. What he told me about the university's search for a new president.
And artificial intelligence is becoming widespread, even in the art world. How Oswego students are responding to AI's growth, and asking, is AI art?
While the sunny skies and warm weather stick around throughout the rest of today, the thunderstorms may ruin some weekend plans. This is Oswego Now.
Hello and welcome to Oswego Now. I'm Natalie Barden.
And I'm Zach Newsey. Thank you for joining us. Natalie, it feels as if we're on a roller coaster when it comes to this spring weather.
Yeah, Zach, that's right. And it feels like summer today, but how long will it last? Oswego Now meteorologist Evan Bedron is in the studio, and he has the latest. Evan?
Yes, the temperatures today were soaring as we neared 80 degrees here in SUNY Oswego. On my way over, I saw people heading down to the lake, lounging outside, taking in the rays. Make sure to take full advantage of this amazing weather while you can, because I am tracking a line of thunderstorms that are expected to impact our area later tonight. I'll have more for you coming up, but first, back to Zach and Natalie.
Thank you, Evan. Dozens of school districts statewide have some big decisions to make. This week, New York State's Board of Regents voted to restrict the use of Native American nicknames and mascots, in part to scrub racially insensitive imagery from sports teams. The decision impacts 60 school districts. Schools will be required to abide by the ban before the end of the 2024-2025 school year.
SUNY Oswego is also reconsidering the use of Indigenous names on campus. The university's faculty assembly has approved a task force to review renaming some or all campus buildings, roads, and fields that have Native American names. As Rocio Transantos explains what this discussion is about and some feedback from the campus community.
A task force proposed by Michael Chanes, the Director of Native American Studies at SUNY Oswego, has formed within the campus faculty assembly. Chanes declined an interview to Oswego Now, but told the Oswegonian that, quote, "My goal is to make our campus a more broad-minded space to fulfill the goals of the grand challenges of race, racism, and social justice. A 3-year program that's going on at SUNY Oswego to discuss diversity and societal issues, and to make all of our campus buildings and facilities safe for Native students, Native faculty, and Native staff." Wayne Westerbell, Chief Communication Officer at SUNY Oswego, said, quote, "At the current time, the SUNY Oswego community is exploring the matter in a positive, productive, and collaborative way as we seek a greater understanding of the history behind the naming of some of our residence halls and other campus structures. We're doing this out of respect to the indigenous people on whose ancestral land SUNY Oswego now stands. The Oswego community may have different opinions about changing Native American names on campus and whether it is a good idea or not. I went to the West Side Residence Halls and the Iroquois Trail in Glimmerglass behind me, and I didn't find any information about their names or about indigenous people."
I think that there has to be some sort of recognition of those groups when you enter those halls, right? I mean, not just the names, Seneca Hall, but you have an explanation and some sort of marker, placard, which explains what all of that means.
According to the proposal, when the task force presents its final report, the faculty assembly may present their recommendations and ask the Office of the President to bring these suggestions to the College Council, which will decide if the buildings and structures on campus will be renamed. They are also responsible for choosing new names. Rocio Transantos reporting, Oswego Now.
According to the Oswegonian, the task force will exist through the spring of 2024. Through this period, the members will conduct research, meet with the Oswego community, create educational campaigns, and propose the next steps to the College Council.
SUNY Chancellor John B. King was at SUNY Oswego this morning as he aims to tour all 64 SUNY campuses across New York State. The visit comes as the college's student-run newspaper, The Oswegonian, posted a story online last night, detailing faculty concerns about the current officer in charge, Dr. Mary Toll's eligibility to run for SUNY Oswego president. According to The Oswegonian, a group of 35 faculty members signed a statement of process concerns for the officer in charge's candidacy and sent it to the Presidential Search Committee on March 25th. This morning, I asked the Chancellor what he would say to those faculty who are concerned about Toll's eligibility for president.
Look, I'd encourage folks to look ahead to the outcome of the search process. I'm confident that the search committee is doing a good job analyzing the quality of candidates, and that ultimately they're going to make a recommendation of candidates for me to interview, and I'll make a recommendation to the Board of Trustees of an excellent next leader for Oswego.
Toll is one of 5 candidates who may be moving on to the final round of interviews for the position. The Presidential Search Committee has already recommended 3 of the candidates for SUNY Oswego president, but the names are not public. The New York State budget is now nearly 3 weeks late, dating back to the April 1st deadline. Governor Kathy Hochul has proposed fundamental changes to the state's criminal justice and housing policy. However, disagreement towards these changes has led to the most delayed budget in more than a decade.
The popular social media platform Snapchat has announced earlier this week that its customizable AI chatbot is now available to all users. The tool offers recommendations, can answer questions, and even generate original essays. Some features may also come with some risk. The tool is trained with online data, but has the potential to spread false information. Snapchat says it has made changes to help protect against responses that could be viewed as harmful or inappropriate. We keep hearing about artificial intelligence, writing papers and poems, but what about creating the next great work of art?
Artificial intelligence artwork is widespread, and while some are excited, others are concerned. Oswego Now's Thomas Caffarella is asking those close to home.
It's as easy as, and the computer does the rest. For some, this could be concerning, but interaction design major Olivia Brea is embracing the change.
I'm excited about it. It seems fun, something to prototype with.
Something that is fun for now, but may negatively impact students entering the workforce.
I'm concerned at which level they might rely on AI art to create assets for their projects.
Some professors are asking if AI-generated artwork can even be considered art.
It is not art, in my opinion. There has to be expression. There has to be either some form of self-discovery or self-expression that happens through the act of creating. In my mind, it's the act of creating that is the piece of art.
Artificial art programs aid students with the use of thousands of pictures across the internet to curate the perfect picture upon request.
My art skills may not be as good as others, but thanks to AI art, I don't have to be an amazing artist to create amazing pieces of artwork. However, with this new profound freedom comes rising concerns over legality of using artificial intelligence artwork.
AI generators today, many of them are using copywritten images to produce their end results. A lot of the times that image might be owned by someone.
Despite the wave of artificial art sweeping across the internet, there will be no total replacement of humans for robots anytime soon.
Just compositionally, you're always going to need the human eye when developing any sort of design layout.
At this point, I have zero concern for artwork being replaced with artificially created pieces.
No concern for now, but in the future, AI may have us asking the age-old question, what is art? Thomas Caffarella, Oswego Now.
Well, there's nothing artificial about this act of giving back. SUNY Oswego's Newman Club will be building ramps this Saturday. They are working with Arise to build ramps for members of the Oswego and neighboring communities who need them to get into their homes, but cannot afford one. The service coordinator, Maggie Kilpeck, says it's very rewarding.
You might not realize it now. I think it has a much greater impact than we really know. Like, it does feel great to just go out into the community and kind of lend a hand and know that we were part of something.
Maggie also says they tried to do this 2 to 3 times this semester and so far have completed 3 ramps.
Coming up on Oswego Now, tomorrow is Earth Day. What is the theme for the worldwide celebration?
And the weather is beautiful out in Oswego County. Our Sydney Selleck will have the latest from Oswego students.
As you take a look outside, multiple students are taking in the sun's rays today as the temperatures soared to near 80 degrees, but there are some storms that may be impacting a lot of people's plans as we head into the weekend. And these storms are currently underway, going through the Ohio River Valley. And even some storms are starting to fire up across New York State. But as we look at our current temperatures, we can see Oswego getting near 80 degrees. But mainly as you go east towards western New York and Buffalo. Temperatures are starting to go above 80, even nearing 85. But as you go more east, we can see even around the Adirondack region, temperatures are near the upper 70s and mid 70s. And as we look at satellite, we can see multiple clouds are starting to make their way closer to Oswego, New York. And some clouds over here are starting to fire up a couple of thunderstorms. And as you look at our radar again, we can see this long line of thunderstorms. This is a cold front which will be impacting our region in about maybe 2 to 3 hours. But then right down here in the Ohio River Valley, we can see these are the storms that are going to start fire up and impact our area later tonight. If you can even see around New York too, we do have some specks of green which will be impacting our area maybe the next few minutes or so, just some light rain showers. But later tonight, then we will see the bulk of the thunderstorms impacting our area. And as look at our evening planner, we can see at 6 p.m. partly sunny, high near 66, partly sunny again. But as we go throughout the rest of our nighttime hours towards 8 p.m., we can see a chance of some thunderstorms. These thunderstorms do also pose a tornado risk for anywhere east of the lake. I'm not saying there will be tornadoes, but there is a slight risk, so be sure to be cautious as you head out the door, or if you have any evening plans as you go out of work or out of class today. And then at 10 p.m., again, another chance of thunderstorms. I don't expect a lot of thunderstorms to have come out of these cells as they impact our area, but it is still a threat with a high near 58 degrees. And looking at our weekend planner, we can see on Earth Day, which is tomorrow, we do have a high near 74. Some spotty rain showers impact our area with the southeast wind about 13 to 20 miles per hour. Sunday, we also expect those rain showers to be sticking around our area. These will mainly be bulkier, so we can expect rain showers throughout most of our day on Sunday with the high near 52, southwest wind about 7 to 10 miles per hour. And looking at our 5-day forecast, we can see on Saturday, a high near 74, partly sunny. Sunday and Monday, we can expect those scattered showers to stick around our area. Those highs will be lower around 50 degrees, even upper 40 degrees. And as you look to Tuesday and Wednesday, we do have partly sunny skies, but on Wednesday, we do have the chance of some rain showers moving through our area as temperatures start to move back into the upper 50s. That's all for weather, and our Oswego's Now Sydney Selleck is live from SUNY Oswego campus talking to some students about how the weather will be impacting their weekend plans. Sydney?
Thank you, Evan. Yeah, so actually right now it is starting to rain outside. So if you had fun weekend plans outside, you might want to change those plans because it's raining now. So I'm here with two students, Haley and Jonky. So can you guys tell me how this weather now is impacting your weekend plans?
We're gonna go and do a bonfire on the lake and go on the lake and just sit with s'mores. But I feel like we have to cancel that now. Just so
the rain's gonna let it work out.
Yeah, no, we're sad.
Definitely. Yeah. And so we're kind of in this time right now, like spring break fever. So we just had like a week or two ago, this whole week of nice weather. It was like 80 degrees. Everybody was outside, like having so much fun, ready for summer. And now we're back to like gloomy and rainy. I'm literally soaked right now. So can you guys tell me, like, have you been experiencing like the spring break fever?
Yeah, the warm weather was definitely nice. We were outside and everything, and now I just want to go inside.
I know. It was so depressing because when the sun's out, you want to study and like it's nice weather, but it's just like gloomy, so you kind of don't want to study and stuff like that too. So yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, I was going to tell you guys it was nice out here, but I'm going to have to toss it back to the desk with Zach and Natalie. Yeah. Thank you, Sydney. Now let's take a look at your national update beyond Oswego Now. This Saturday, like Sydney said, is Earth Day. The very first Earth Day celebration was in 1970, with the theme of this year being named Invest in Our Planet. Over 1 billion people worldwide are mobilized for action each year, with over 190 countries participating in this celebratory day. Right here in Oswego, the Fort Ontario Historic Site is doing an Earth Day cleanup event tomorrow from 9 a.m. to noon.
Among the COVID-19 outbreak and its present dangers for young children, a new study suggests illicit substances were among them. During early parts of the pandemic, when child care centers and school closed went virtual, families were left without adequate child supervision. And in the first months of the pandemic in 2020, a 25% increase in overall indigestions occurred in children under 6 in the U.S. Researchers and policymakers are looking to take action to prevent further indigestions by offering mental health and addiction interventions that would focus on safe storage. Looking for something to do for Earth Day? We'll tell you how to get involved.
That's right, and still ahead, how students are reimagining a classic Shakespearean love story. Hello and welcome to the Weekend Now, where we'll let you know what's happening in and around Oswego this weekend. To start us off, this weekend, SUNY Oswego's theater department is going back in time to recreate the tragic love story of Romeo and Juliet.
Oswego Now's Jacob Meehan explains the history behind the famous play and why this Romeo and Juliet production is unique.
What tongue shall smooth thy name when I, thy 3 hours wife?
The sound of a tale that dates back to the late 16th century when Shakespeare wrote the play. The tragic love story between two Italian youths has seen many adaptations over the years and is still one of the most performed plays now, over 400 years after its creation. This is why Steve Mazzacone, the director of the play, incorporated something new: swords.
Should the fight choreography look like? And we decided on swords, and so there is a lot of stage combat in the production, and that's indicative of the world of Verona in which these two famous lovers meet.
This is just one part of Mazzacone's dream world, which shows the creative liberties they adapted from the original play. The idea came about last summer, with Mazzacone saying the play feels fast and action-packed.
We have a series of split scenes where we're watching one scene end, and while we're watching that scene end, the other scene is already started. And so, that makes the play move along at a really fast clip. And I think that sets a proper experience for the audience who also are just on the edge of their seat.
And it's definitely a fast play, as it's only 90 minutes long, with no intermission, compared to other plays that can last up to 3 to 4 hours with multiple breaks in between.
And it's not too late to see the play if you're interested. The theater department is holding 3 more shows, one Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. and 2 on Sunday at 2:30 and 7:30 p.m. in the Waterman Theater, right down those stairs over there. Jacob Meehan, Oswego Now.
And the theater department will have a staged reading called A Last Day at Dave's, which is read by students on May the 3rd.
SUNY Oswego's first all-female a cappella group is performing for the first time tonight. The group, called Octavia, will perform at 7 p.m. at the River's End bookstore in the city of Oswego. Tickets are not being sold for the performance. Instead, Octavia will collect donations for the Oswego Women and Children's SAF shelter, and the set list will include songs about overcoming domestic violence. Octavia member Steph Kurdziel says she is looking forward to celebrating with her fellow singers at tonight's performance.
I'm just looking forward to having fun. We've been doing a whole lot of practicing. We're gonna meet up 2 hours beforehand, just get ready, all the girls, do our hair and makeup together, and just shake all the jitters out.
The performance is called Octavia, an introduction, and refreshments will be available for those who attend.
Celebrate Earth Day tomorrow with a pancake breakfast. SUNY Oswego's Office of Sustainability and Auxiliary Services is hosting its 3rd annual Earth Day breakfast at the Fallbrook Recreation Center. Pancakes will be served with maple syrup that was collected and boiled on the SUNY Oswego campus. Tickets are $10 per person, and children under 5 eat free. Coming up in good news, Mayor Billy Burrow has released the schedule for the 2023 Oswego Summer Concert Series.
And our sports anchor David Schulman has the latest on Oswego sports.
The Oswego baseball team has 2 games this weekend and still ahead. How today's game against Plattsburgh will indicate the rest of the weekend. And the NHL playoffs are underway. How the New York teams are performing after this. Welcome to Oswego Now Sports. I'm David Schulman. The Oswego men's lacrosse team is going against SUNY Geneseo tomorrow at 1 o'clock for their seasonal senior game on the Laker turf. The Lakers are entering this game with Wednesday's 5-13 loss against Alfred in the back of their minds. They were playing in a short week, and this game was out of conference, so the Lakers' position is not in the playoffs has not changed. The Oswego baseball team is going against Plattsburgh right now, and they are also expected to play against them in a doubleheader tomorrow. Both games against Plattsburgh as well. One in the morning at 10:30 and a second game at 2 in the afternoon. Like the men's lacrosse team, they are also jumping off of a loss against Ithaca on Tuesday, 4-12. New York spread over the NHL playoffs continue as the Rangers and the Devils compete against each other in the first round of the playoffs. The Rangers' win in last night's game brings them to a second point in the best-of-7 series. For the Islanders, they have lost the first 2 games against the Hurricanes, with many New Yorkers hoping for a comeback in the UBS Stadium later tonight. After collapsing 3.5 months ago in Cincinnati, the Buffalo Bills have announced that their safety, Damar Hamlin, is clear to play again. The 25-year-old player had an abnormal rhythm, also known as commotio cordis, and was seen by 3 different heart specialists to help him with his recovery. The team looks to help Hamlin with his mental health and overall safety. All right, now back over to Zach for good news.
And now for some good news. Mayor Billy Barrow has released the schedule for the 2023 Oswego Summer Concert Series at Veteran Stage on the Oswego River. The concerts are free to the public and will be held on Thursday evenings, 6 to 9 p.m. Concert goers are allowed to bring chairs and coolers to Veterans Park, and open container ordinance is lifted for this event. And now, the time you've all been waiting for, this week's Pet of the Week. This is Cosmo. He's a gamer and spends most of his time napping and snacking. Whatever your gaming style is, Cosmo is there, and his sister from another Mr. Nova goes wherever he goes. Those interested in adopting can contact the Oswego County Humane Society.
Cosmo looks amazing. I think I need to take him home.
Yeah, honestly, I think he'd be a perfect fit for you and his sister Nova.
I'm more of a Wanda girl. That's a missed opportunity. Cosmo and Wanda could have been perfect.
Honestly, it could have.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. I am Natalie Barden.
And I'm Zach Newsy. From all of us at Oswego Now, have a great night.